Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about XLM and even XRP. So let's just dive in and let's talk about a few things. So right now we are watching Bitcoin pretty closely as it is sitting at about 21.6k. Today is obviously Sunday, so it is the weekly candle close. So we are watching things a little bit closer right now. But I will say, as we are really kind of watching this week coming up, there's a lot of things to watch for. We have the Ethereum merge. We have a lot of things happening within the XRP SEC case. This entire week ahead is filled with a ton of announcements, even XLS 20 with XRP as well. So right now, September is looking like it's going to be pretty good, but that Ethereum merge has always kind of worried me because it's almost like a sell the news sort of aspect. So that's what I'm watching for right now if we are going to see that major impulse. I haven't been buying a lot of altcoins right now currently, as we have been kind of jumping around in regards to price action. I have accumulated for the last couple months now, though. Before this major impulse on Bitcoin recently, I have been accumulating heavy on some low cap gems, but XRP and XLM, I have been buying both of them. XRP sitting at about almost 36 cents or so. XLM, I know that it was sitting at around like 10 cents earlier, so yeah, it's sitting at about like 11.5 cents at the current moment. So these two haven't really been moving up in price, so they are in a nice accumulation range anyways. So it wouldn't be, too crazy to be, DCAing into both of these assets. But altcoins in general have not been doing like too crazy of moves. I know Luna was like all over the news with its major moves, but a few of them haven't been doing like double-digit figures in the last 24-hour span, but on the 7-day span, that's where you do see most of the gains, where you will see like double digits. But again, a lot of them haven't been doing incredibly well compared to like the last major move up on Bitcoin, which was like over 25k or so. That's when a lot of altcoins started to go a little bit crazy. But right now, I am watching dominance in this market. Ethereum is holding up about 20% or so. So if we do see an Ethereum drop in price off of the Ethereum merge, that could cause a little bit of an issue within a lot of the altcoins right now in this market. But I have been looking at the charts. I have been looking at the price range as well. On XLM, this is on the weekly, by the way. If we go check out how long we've been in this kind of accumulation range, it basically started here on June 13th. Recently, we kind of tried to break out of that resistance zone at the 10-day EMA, or the 10-weekly EMA, sorry. And we've been in this range for about 84 days, which is not too crazy. But it is still a long range to be in regards to like accumulation, and the same goes for even XRP as well. If we're looking at XRP, currently the price range, or the date range, sorry, since we bottomed out, which was back in June as well, June 20th, it has been about, sorry, let me make sure that we're on this, so 77 days. So pretty much around the same range as XLM. What I have been looking at is the log scale base on the fib range, because if we look at that, we can kind of see what the next levels that we have to break out to for XLM to flip back into a bullish standard, which that level that I'm watching for is the 236 at about 16 and almost like a half cents. That's the one that I'm watching for personally, because that brings us back into this nice support range going all the way back to February of this year. It'll also bring us back to a level that we haven't seen since going back to January of 2021. So that's a nice range to break back up into. That's what I'm watching for personally. And then after that, you do have a few other levels of resistance that do show on the chart. And even XRP is in the same sort of base point. If you look at the log scale fib retracement log, you can kind of see the same exact levels that we have to break out to as well. Let me move this down a little bit, and there we have it. So the level that we are currently watching for, and if we actually go back to where the bottomed out price was, we can kind of see it a little bit more closely here. So the next level would be about 51 and almost like a half cents. The 236, that's what we are watching for. That will basically break us back up above the summer lows from 2021. So that would put us into a nice little demand range. These have been the levels that I've been personally watching for. If any of the announcements this week, even if the Ethereum merge, for example, was very bullish and we have a nice little pump in the market, this would be an opportunity of a lifetime to be in this before it runs to about 50 some cents, as well as like even the next levels that we have to watch for on it. The 786 or the 702 up there at about $1.60 to $1.96 would be incredible to see. And as you do see, we basically topped at the perfect range of the 786 anyways in the last major move up. So that's why I have been looking at the log scale a little bit more closely with the fib retracement range. And also, even if you're going off of the RSI looks bottomed out on XRP. Like, we most likely have seen our bottom on XRP. I don't believe that we go down too much lower from here. I think that 29 cents was probably our bottom. If I was to look at like the next major level, if we do lose 29 cents, it would be probably around the bottoming range from 2020, which was like 22 cents or so. I don't think that we come down any more, than that. We might have a scam wick if anything, but I do believe that a lot of these tokens like XLM and even XRP have bottomed out, as everyone is calling for much lower. Also, I have been looking at this sort of weird fib level going all the way back to like March of 2020, because this has also kind of showed a little bit of a point on resistance with the recent run up, going back to like the 2021 cycle. This has also showed us significant resistance at about $1.60, which would be the 786. It also kind of gives us a little bit of an insight on a closer fib level that we do have to break, which would be the 382, which would be 41 cents. And also, it does kind of give us a range that is a little bit different in regards to a level that we would target, which is 25 cents for XRP. So that's what I'm watching for closely on XRP. On XLM, we could also kind of look at that. This is more so of long-term sort of fib level, as well as the next major levels that we do have to break out to. So on this level, on this scale, we have these levels at about 9.5 cents, which we've almost tested. We actually kind of, didn't get down that low. We bottomed out, I think it was like, let me see. So it was like almost 10 cents exact on XLM. But it also gives us an insight on that major resistance path, which would be about 14,276 or so in cents. That would be the 0.5 fib level. That's the level that we have to break out to get us back into a bullish trajectory. But currently, there's not a lot here. I mean, like, besides losing this 9.5 cent zone, our next level would be about 5.5 cents. Now, is that a possibility? It sure is. But I have been averaging into XLM just simply because I see the major path going forward. Like, I looked at when it was at like 10 cents or so, the upside, to get back to the 81 cent zone, that would be, an 8x for an example. So to me, it didn't make sense not to DCA in on XLM. And even going off of the RSI looks pretty bottomed out. A lot of tokens look like this right now in this market. I would say that we are almost in the accumulation phase of all of these altcoins, or we have been in the accumulation phase for all of these altcoins. Like, even if you look at Bitcoin as well, going off the bear market standard of how many days that we have been in this bear market since we topped out on some of these altcoins, like even XLM and XRP are a little bit different because, going back to November, these tokens did not do a major run up. In fact, they looked like they topped out back in May. May could have, been our basically our bull run top. Bitcoin could have topped out back in May as well. I know that we topped in November for Bitcoin, and a lot of tokens did do a run up in November, but that could have been, a simple sort of, scam run up. We could have topped out back in May, and we could be in this long-term bear market already of 483 days. The last bear market, minus of course if you want to look at like March of 2020 for the low pattern, which I don't believe that was our bear market bottom. In fact, I actually think that our bear market bottom was around December of 2019. I think that was more of a sort of an unpredictable event that happened. This would have been about 714 days, if you will. But again, it's hard to determine on how long XRP was in a bear market during this time, because anything could have affected the price. More so, I kind of look at Bitcoin, right? Because typically, a bear market does last about like 400 days. So 700 days for, XRP, that's a little bit drawn out in my opinion. I think that this, like December of 2018 was basically the bear market bottom for Bitcoin, which should have been the bear market bottom for, XRP as well, but these tokens don't, play into that sort of level. So this was about 371 days in total for the bear market bottom. I don't go off of the March of 2020. Like I said, it's an unpredictable event, so you can't really go off of that all that much. If you want to go off of it, you are more than welcome to. But to me, again, if we are going off of the November timeframe, yeah, our bear market is nearly ending. This would be about 301 days. If you wanted to go off of the run-up back in the summertime, you are more than welcome to, and we are technically in a bear market for about 511 days, but there was a lot of impulses here. So, a lot of these tokens like XLM and XRP didn't make a new all-time high in November. That's why I'm just saying, like, a lot of these tokens are due for a major run-up. But in regards to Bitcoin, yeah, I think that we are closing the gap in on the official bottom of the bear market. This would be about November 14th, just so that you guys know. This is also why I have a lot of stable coins on the side, just in case we do have a major bottoming event for Bitcoin, where I will be accumulating a lot in regards to like some of these low cap gems, as well as XLM, XRP, and like the blue chip stocks like HBAR, QNT, etc. So this is what I'm watching for personally, but I do believe that XRP and XLM will shake things up going forward. Again, a lot of people doubt these two simply because of their charts. I mean, like if you go back in time and you kind of look at where we are now, going all the way back to like 2017, 2018, we haven't really made a new all-time high. So when we really kind of look at this, like, yeah, have they underperformed? 100%. But I do think that this is also in regards to the SEC lawsuit. I think that the SEC lawsuit was a, perfect position to stifle the run-up on XLM and even XRP. A lot of people think that it was just about XRP, but it was about this entire market. But also, stifling XRP's price also stifles XLM's. And a lot of people question that and, ask why. Well, it's pretty simple. These two follow the same exact path. If you look at the charts and compare the charts, they run up at the same exact time or a little bit off. For example, like XRP will run up on Monday, XLM will run up on like Friday, for an example. But they follow the exact same path. They both topped out back in May. They didn't make a new all-time high. They continued to, fall down the hill and have this downtrend. So when we look at XLM and XRP, I've always said this. This is exactly why I stack both of them. I stack XLM for the retail sector and XRP for the banking sector. If you know, you know. And this is why I do believe in both of them. I believe that XLM is for the retail, and I do believe that XRP is for the banking sector. Remember, XLM was an original fork of XRP. But since then, they have changed a few things. They have upgraded a few things, and now they have been focused on the retail sector. And I think that this is something special because I'm holding both of them in the bets that, one will be utilized for the retail sector, one will be utilized for the banking sector. And I think that they have been making that, vision pretty clear, especially if you look at like the Stellar's Twitter. They are focused on retail adoption. They're focused on ease of adoption as well, like that on and off ramp for crypto to the retail sector at a massive level. And that's what I'm watching for. That's what I'm waiting for to see. And with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys want more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, I hope that you all have a beautiful day, beautiful night, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. It's been Nick. Peace out, guys.